Hello everyone, this is DarKalligraph. In my last video, I did Glitch in my own style, with just the blue and red, but today I'll be following the way of, well, Bam's way. This is some testing I did the other day. I will be creating a more in-depth tutorial on my second channel on how this works, but I will explain my process as always. Start by sharpening your pencil. Next, using a ruler, measure okay. As I was saying, measure out 2 lines on each end of the page and then join them up. Now draw a second line above. How much higher depends on how tall you want your letters to be. I'm making it 10 centimeters. And finally, draw some slanted lines at the same angle. These 2 lines will serve as guidelines to make our letters straight. Now, begin to write the letters. I'm going to write the word glitch again. Don't worry about getting them perfect now. You simply want to just figure out the spaces between each letter, and you can worry about the details later. Now for this, I'm going to be using block letters simply because they are the easiest in terms of this style. You can go for any font, but just note that you should definitely keep it simple. Trust me, it can get complicated quickly. Again, I'm going to erase everything, and then repeat it again until I find that the letters are just right. Now we can shift the letters slightly up and slightly down. The important part to note here is that you shouldn't shift it up too much, but not too little. In this case, I think I shifted it a little bit too little. I recommend you experiment with different heights. Now for this stage, you can use a lightbox if you have one, but I don't, and through my past experiences, using a window has been slightly painful, so I'm simply just going to redraw it very carefully using a ruler. Shift everything downwards now. It's already starting to look quite cool now, but we're not even up to the coloring stage. Make sure to draw the lines very lightly, depending on the medium you use, because in my case I'm using connector pens and they don't go over pencil very well. Bam's way used Posca markers, which go very well over almost any medium. Okay, so you've drawn your sketch 3 times now. The top one, the middle one, and the bottom one. Now imagine the top sketch is yellow, the middle one is magenta, and finally the bottom one is cyan. Also notice that in some areas the 3 overlap. For example, when the pink and yellow overlap, it forms red. When the blue and pink overlap, it forms dark blue, and so on. After some practice, you'll get used to figuring out which colors are meant to go where. The G is done. That means only the lich left to go. This is a fairly time-consuming thing to do, obviously, having to find out all the colors, and so I recommend you take breaks in between. This is sped up by 1000%, so in real life, who knows how long this would have taken. We have reached the halfway mark, only the ch to go. Do you guys want to see a magic trick? Bam's way, if you are watching this, well then I commend you on your patience, especially to create something as complicated as that skull. If any of you who are watching have never heard of Bam's way, I will leave a card in the top corner, as well as the video that I followed in order to understand this technique, and he explains it really well as well, so I highly encourage that you go watch that video. And now you are finished. Remember, however, to remove any trace of pencil. And with the final writing of the word calligraphy, Glitch Calligraphy, Bam's Way style is complete. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you either enjoyed or learned something. If you did, please consider subscribing, it's free. And make sure to like this video too. This has been DarKalligraph. I'll be back with a better video. Thank you everyone.